Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Carleen. We've got 2 kids and a dog, and 6 years ago, we bought this house.
After 6 years, it's still nowhere near finished.
Oh, God.
We had a crack at reality TV with plans to finish the reno.
That was not a huge success.
We're pretty... We walked away with $10,000 for over 3 months' work. So, after 6 years, we're still renovating.
Slowly. So now we're going out in search of great design ideas.
We're looking for inspiration.
We're helping others put their renovations together. They got their work cut out for them.
And learning a few things along the way.
And hopefully, we'll find the balance between business, family, and finally finishing our dream home.
Today, we're back in Perth to catch up with our friend Natalie Bowen. It's another cracking day in the West.
I could get used to this. This is only my second time in Perth. We are so blown away at how beautiful it is. The houses are stunning, the beaches are beautiful, and the weather has been really turned on for us today.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Last time we visited Natalie, we had so much fun, and I learnt a lot.
I tend to have little vignettes everywhere throughout our own home.
What's a vignette?
It's a collection of pieces that you collate and you tell in a story.
It's lucky we're invited back, really. Thanks for inviting us back.
Pleasure.
Well, what have you got for us this time?
Come through, we're doing a big reno in the back here, so come along and have a look through.
Okay, cool.
First impressions of this project is quite surprising actually, because it's worlds apart from what Natalie usually does. Her aesthetic is very Hamptons, traditional, classical, a bit coastal, whereas this home is very European. It's got a real Tuscan feel.
What we're doing is we're doing their bedroom retreat, and then through the back areas where all the major stuff's being done is where we're doing brand new kitchens, really extending and opening the house out to give more room, and then a great cabana area. These clients have got really demanding professional lives, so their lifestyle that they wanted to create at home was really something more of a relaxed atmosphere. His passion is absolutely into cooking.
So if he's going to be a chef, are we going to expect a pretty impressive kitchen?
Yeah, look, we've got a thing going in here called the goat spinner. It's been a bit of a contentious issue. So it literally is like a kebab goat spinner. He wants to have a goat being cooked in the backyard.
Yeah, for me, walking through the house, you know, when you walk through the door, it doesn't look like there's that much going on. Even upstairs, you know, it just looks like a little reno, and you go out the back and the entire back half of the house has been ripped to pieces. There's not a wall to be seen. You know, there's a cabana going in the backyard. It's just, it's mayhem out there. It's here in the cabana area where the goat spinner and pizza oven will go. I was really keen to check out this machine that spins goats, and Natalie suggested we go and see it being made.
On the way, we made a quick stop at Coastal Flooring to find out what's going down at Peppermint Grove.
So guys, this is the timber here that we're going to use at Peppermint Grove, and Mike's going to be doing all the installation and supplying for us. So can you just give us a little bit of background about why we've decided to go with this?
So WA Blackbutt is the floor that's already in the house.
Yeah.
So to match it as close as we can, we use the same species.
The reason that we've decided to use coastal flooring is that they're more old school. They've been around for a very, very long time, and Mike's artisanship is just fantastic. This house is over 15 years old, so we're trying to keep the old with the new process to really flow.
This will work perfectly with the existing floor upstairs. Downstairs in the new area, Natalie is going with Jarrah.
Also downstairs is the goat spinner, and we got to see where it's being made. So Nat took us down to Zesty, and I was in heaven. They had pizza ovens everywhere, and they had a goat spinner. I've never heard of a goat spinner, but I want one.
Okay, so what we got here is more a commercial rated system here, rotisserie. So we've got a worm drive on there, which is activated by a heavy-duty motor below, which is turning that at a variable speed. So we can actually control the spinning motion of those skewers as well. So depending on the size of the meat, the girth of the meat, if it's bigger, it has to slow slower.
Yep.
If it's smaller, it has to spin faster. So the reason there is we want to keep the fats on the meat longer, so it keeps the meat juicy.
But really, this is going to be in their backyard, in their cabana.
I've never seen a goat spinner in a residential building before.
Yeah, it's what he wanted, so that's what he gets.
It'd make a hell of a kebab at 3 o'clock in the morning anyway.
Wow.
I want a goat spinner. Can we get a goat spinner?
For the neighbourhood.
We are getting a goat spinner.
We probably need like a roof over our heads before we need a goat spinner.
I know, but I just want to be able to say to people, can you come over? I've got a goat spinner.
Yeah.
I reckon that's pretty cool. Zesty also make one of the best pizza ovens around. Theo shows us the internal makings of their trademark product.
So this is basically the element of the oven. So when your fire heats up the internals, this is what actually gathers the heat and radiates it back down to the cooked surface.
Well, I consider myself a bit of an expert on pizza ovens because I've built 2. Nothing as refined as this. Mine takes 3 hours to heat up.
Right.
How long does something like this take to heat up?
This one here is commercially rated, so you're taking probably 20 minutes to half an hour maximum.
That's a bit better. Because it takes 3 hours to heat up our pizza oven, we need to make it an event.
All right, get me back.
See the finished ovens now? The oven that we saw out the back there, that's the internals of one of these babies here. So now it gets its beautiful stainless steel front arch, which is its trademark, and also its capping system on the top.
I actually think that the pizza ovens are the new barbecues. It's what everyone wants to put in, and yeah, it's very social.
Coming up, we get busy back east. And later, we get an insight into perfecting this classic Hampton style.
Welcome back to Ready Set Reno. Back at our place on the Gold Coast, it's another busy day on site. When the internal walls start going up, you know you're on the home stretch. Well, kind of. It's been almost a year since we first broke ground on our massive build, and this is what the year looked like, condensed into 5 seconds. It's been a lot of work to say the least, and there's still a lot ahead. With the whole structure now at lockup, it's time to focus on the inside.
Today, we're sheeting the walls of the new wing with Easy VJ wall panels from EasyCraft. The wall panels were delivered a few weeks earlier and set aside, ready to go. The aircon install started, the walls insulated, and the ceiling went up. Now it's time for some texture. VJs, which stands for vertical joints, are synonymous with traditional Queenslander homes. These EasyCraft wall panels will give us the character we want, but in a much more cost-effective way. The installation is also quicker, and the guys finished 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, the office and the hallway in just under a day. I love the character and feel these walls create. The VJ walls create so much more interest than the usual flat plasterboard, and you don't need to work as hard to warm the room up with accents and furniture. If I have my way, there will never be a flat white wall in our house again.
To further create texture and flow from the outside to in, we're building an internal brick wall that will run the whole length of the hallway. This wall will also section off the rooms, giving each its own feature brick wall. It's taking care of 2 birds with 1 stone, or brick in this case. Outside, we clad our 2-storey tower with a veneer brick called Black and Tan. Inside, we're using something slightly different but complementary to the tower. This is Hawkesbury Bronze, a dry press brick made the traditional way. This brick from PGH has a smooth face on both sides, so it's perfect for this single skin wall.
About a week later, the bathrooms are waterproofed and everything is set for tiling. We're using white cloud marble mosaics from National Tiles. These will be installed into the ensuite and the main bathroom here. We wanted the shower to be its own standalone feature, and so we've used the same tile on all walls and the floor. About a month ago, we had this huge switchable window installed. The cool thing about this glass is it will go from cloudy white and private to translucent and open at the touch of a button. It's called Polyvision Glass from Polytron Glass Australia, and we'll show you it in action later. The bathrooms are coming together really fast. It's all hands on deck and all paws. Thanks, Harry.
You helping, Harry? You helping, mate?
Choosing colours is always a big decision.
We are at the pointy end of the Reno where I have to choose my paint colours, and I always leave it to the last minute because it's stressful. We use high impact colours. It'd be easier if I was just doing white everywhere.
Once you narrow down your selections, it's a good idea to paint samples in the room in which they'll go. That way you can see how they react with the light at different parts of the day.
I've laid out these paint colours yesterday and I've let them dry. I've looked at them now in all different lights. I don't want anything too green, I don't want anything too purple, I don't want anything too bright. So I think Madison is the winner.
Harry agrees, and the painting begins. It's a major milestone to see the internal walls finished and the colours go up. All that hard work is finally paying off. And as each room is finished, we get more and more excited. Harry too.
Harry.
Coming up, we head back to Perth for a masterclass in Hampton's design.
Everything flows literally from the time that you walk in through the house, through the front door. You can actually see right the way through to the cabana.
And later, it's another big day at our place.
You've come so far.
Yeah.
You know, there's no use wrecking this in 1 week.
While the paint dries at our place, Natalie invited us back to Perth for a masterclass on Hampton's design.
With Hamptons being so popular at the moment, it was a good opportunity to learn from one of the best working in this classical style.
We were hoping that Natalie could reveal her Peppermint Grow project, but we were a couple of months too early for that, so we headed straight to the Indah Island showroom.
After taking in some of the sights, of course.
Hello.
Hi,
How are you going?
Good to see you. Hello.
Oh, I love your studio.
How nice is the studio?
Oh, thank you. It's so good to see you guys. I'm stoked that you can come here and have a look at everything.
This looks nothing like our studio. Our studio, we've just got stuff everywhere.
We got to sit down with Natalie and find out how to get this classic Hamptons look using one of her recently finished projects in Dalkeith as a perfect example. Although our place is quite different in style, we did have one major thing in common.
This particular house is actually designed completely around a pool, so not unlike your house,
Yeah.
which is really
very
interesting.
similar.
Well, it is very, very similar because we have got the lounge and dining around that pool, and then
Yeah.
we've got a breezeway that comes through here.
Yes.
And then all the bedrooms up the other side and the bathrooms. So.
Yeah, nice.
It's a little bit Palm Springsy.
Yeah,
You know how they've got their
beautiful.
pools really close
Yeah,
to their
yeah,
houses.
gorgeous. Well, that's what we've tried to do here as well. So every single aspect of the house, you can actually see the pool and look at the pool and
Yeah, love
you know,
that.
open everything out
I love
and
that. And you know what's awesome about that? You get that little trickling on the ceiling, that little
Yeah, nice.
sunbeams dancing on the
Beautiful.
ceiling.
So the Dalkeith project was something that came across my desk a little while back, and look, fantastic job, because I had the opportunity to actually design a full home, new build, and it was great to actually show Michael and Carleen the process of that. Here we were really quite fortunate. So the client was very specific that she wanted a Hamptons classic style home. So we wanted to have every space being able to overlook the pool. So ground floor, working from home, they wanted to have a study. The kitchen really had to be a big focal point as well. Everything flows literally from the time that you walk in through the house, through the front door, you can actually see right the way through to the cabana. In the cabana area, we've got zesty pizza oven, which
the pizza
you're very
oven.
au fait
I
with.
love it.
We've also put a fireplace in the cabana so people can actually sit, drink, watch TV. We've got a TV out there as well.
Who lives in this ginormous?
So it's just phenomenal. So again, all of that detail really had to be thought through and be pulled out of what the client and how the client wanted to live and work and be in this particular design.
And one of the most important areas in any Hamptons home, and every home really, is the kitchen. Nick from Sea of White popped in to take us through some of the selections for Dalkeith.
If we're trying to get a certain look, which is that Hampton sort of classic, big butler's sink look, Nick's my go-to, that I say, look, this is what we're looking for, this is the budget that we're looking in.
We specialise in the contemporary and also the Hampton style.
Yeah. It's so popular now, isn't it?
Very much so,
Yeah.
definitely. We probably have one of the biggest ranges at Sea White for the Hamptons style, and also in the finishes as well on display, so people can actually physically come and see the product as opposed to just going through catalogues.
And once upon a time, people weren't really giving much thought to their tapware, but now everyone wants these different finishes and different styles.
So many different finishes. I remember when it was either just chrome, and then you could get black if you wanted black, but now there's all these other finishes that are coming out. It's amazing.
In that particular tap there's about 21 different finishes, metallic finishes that are available.
Wow. So what did you use in Dalkeith then?
We actually use this product right here.
So again, what we were looking for is we're looking for a traditional product, but not too antiquated, I suppose, because that's the difference between, I suppose, an English home and an American Hampton style home. And I think sometimes people can't differentiate the difference between those.
Nick had to get going, and we had the chance to find out how Natalie approaches her designs. Interestingly, a little bit different, with furniture first.
I work from furniture first. Makes sense for me that I know what's going to go in there first and then design that layout around it. In the cabana, we just wanted to bring out some beautiful cane pieces, some gorgeous fabrics that go together. These are all outdoor fabrics as well. And then bringing in some nice soft oaks for the dining table. Again, nice cane pieces to actually pull that all together.
I think seeing the completion of that project, it's really getting Colleen and I excited about finally finishing ours. We're on the final home stretch now, and can't wait till we can start fitting it out with furniture, and it's getting exciting.
And after the break, that day is getting closer and closer.
At our place on the Gold Coast, the morning routine is about to begin. The sun rises over the half-finished pool area. The light hits the puddles from last week's rain, and the discarded building material is still where it was yesterday. But the house itself is showing real promise. Inside, the kids are getting ready for school, and Harry waits patiently for attention. 7 a.m, a stir. The first tradies arrive on site. The day has begun.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Absolutely stunning.
I love its matte surface too.
And what a way to start. This first delivery is one we've been eagerly anticipating.
What do you reckon, Pat? It's good.
Paddy approves. Let's get it in. It looks like stone, it feels like stone, but it ain't stone.
Just helping.
This is Q6 12mm porcelain from Quantum Quartz WK Stone, and I can't believe how good it looks. This pattern is actually laser printed into the porcelain and in a matte finish. The grain flows perfectly, just like the real thing, which everyone is finding difficult to pronounce.
Statuaro.
Oh, I'm not going to say that.
Statuaro.
That's how I would say it. Statuario.
Statuario. Take two.
One for the main bathroom and one for the master ensuite, both as feature splashbacks. A smaller piece will also make up part of both vanities.
The guys from GMG Stone have their hands full getting them in, but Harry's mission, as usual, is to clock up as many pats as possible. He loves these days. And the pats keep coming as our baths arrive.
Abby is supplying all our bathroom selections, including the baths, the toilets, the shower heads and taps, all of which I previously selected from their showroom. I'm especially excited about seeing this bath arrive.
I just want to say, I have to come for 7 years. This is a big day for me.
And I'm excited about our next fit-off, the air conditioning. Let's go, mate. It's done. All good. Actron have installed a complete ducted system, and today it's ready to go. We've got a zone controller in every room.
So we have the main controller here in the master bedroom, and you essentially have a sensor and zone control in every room.
This means each room can be temperature controlled to suit, which is good for individual comfort, and by only turning on the area that's needed, you save energy. Unlike other systems, the fans run at varying speeds, which adds to the efficiency.
Up to 75% more energy efficient than most systems on the market these days.
With the hot and humid summers we have here in Queensland, this is going to be a lifesaver and will save us money in the long run.
So there you go, Michael. That should be cool enough for you.
Jesus, it bloody cools down quickly, doesn't it? All right, it's been a long day, but we've got one more visitor.
Hello. Hey, how are you?
Dave Franklin is the landscape gun from the block, and being the absolute champion he is, has drawn us up a set of plans for the landscaping around our house.
Here we go.
These plans are impressive and totally on point for the Palm Springs inspired relaxed feel we're going for.
Obviously the hero here is the pool.
Yep.
So we're basically framing the pool and we're using the background as our vista.
The landscaping is going to be key to this whole build, and Dave has nailed the design with a mix of concrete, decking, brick and plant selections to make the whole thing click. The only thing is, I have no idea how we're going to get it done.
This is the stuff that's going to make the difference of this going rightio. It's going to look fantastic and it's poured properly, or it could be a disaster.
Well, it's me and my dad. So
right.
Colleen won't let me get any more trades in because we're running out of money.
I'm gonna do you a favour. I'll send you one of my guys for a day or two.
Oh.
You've come so far.
Yeah.
You know, there's no use wrecking this in 1 week.
So true. Not only is there a lot of work to be done out back, Dave has a really interesting plan for the entrance area as well. Mate, it's a long way from the just flat, straight turf that we were thinking.
Well, it's a long way from just looking at these cut bricks here and all the builder's rubble here. Mike. So that's sort of, I think anything's going to look better than what we've got right now. This has got to be done as much as that's got to be done. You have got a lot of work.
I do. Well, this is what it comes down to. Colleen has set us a deadline for 4 weeks. 4 weeks, and we'll unveil this house to the world, ready or not. Looking over the plans again, I think we've both got our concerns. I think what Dave is saying, though, is true, is we've come this far. Why would we not, consider the landscape and do the best possible landscape that we can do? When it is going to be people's first impression.
That black will not look effective unless it's got this beautiful greenery around it. And we're fortunate to have that anyway surrounding the house, but it's really got to be at the forefront of it. And it will happen, I just don't know if it'll happen in our timeline.
Dave Franklin's given us this amazing plan. It's going to look awesome, but Carlene's only given us 4 weeks to do it and with limited funds. So I'm a bit concerned it's going to get done.